Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with a video. I've actually been wanting to do this video for a very long time. If you've been following me, you already know. When I first started on my channel, I was a single mom. My daughter Cameron, who is 8.5 now, and so yeah, so you already know. But this video is also in collaboration with a good friend of mine, Yvette. She has a channel, so I'm going to link her channel either somewhere, probably down in the description box. I'm going to link her channel, so definitely check her out. Me and her both were young moms, and it's funny because she actually kind of ties into the story, and she's going to also be uploading her video, and so definitely check her channel out. I've known her since kindergarten. We was like this, but yeah, so check her YouTube channel out, and yeah. And so like I said, just a little bit of background. I got pregnant when I was a senior in high school. I got pregnant, y'all, in like September of high school, so y'all know I was pregnant the entire I got pregnant in September. I had Cameron the end of June, so I was pregnant literally my entire senior year from beginning to end. But anywho, it's actually funny because I don't even know if Yvette knows this, but she got pregnant. She was pregnant before I was. Yeah, she was pregnant a little bit before me. And so when I went to her baby shower, I was living with my dad at the time. Me and my mom was not really getting along, and so I had moved in with my dad, and I was going to do my senior year with him. I think I did I did like the end of my 11th grade year throughout the summer, and then part of my senior year with my dad. And so I was living with him, and so he had ended up taking me. He had dropped me off at her baby shower. I think he had dropped me off at her baby shower. And when he picked me up, he was like, you know, you better not get pregnant. You know how like dads can be. He was like, you know, this ain't cute. Like, my dad is real blunt, y'all, like real blunt, real like just over the top sometimes. And so he was like, you better not get pregnant. Like, this ain't cute. And I was like, okay, Dad. He was like, no, I'm serious. I'm serious. You hear me? You better not get pregnant. So he's giving me that talk or whatever. And I can't remember if I don't know if I knew that I was pregnant by then. I don't know if I knew, but I found out like shortly after. And so time had went by. I got pregnant in September, but I didn't find out until like late October, November time. That's when I found out that I was pregnant. And so I was in class, and my boobs was real. I know I was in biology class, and my boobs was really tender. And I was like, why are my boobs like so tender? Like, I didn't want to hug nobody. It just was like, if my arm like hit the side of my boob, it was just kind of like, ah. And so that's how they were feeling. And so I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, and I think I went on my phone and I was like, tender boob, like what does tender boobs mean? And it was like, you could be pregnant or whatever. So I was like, oh crap. So then I got thinking, I'm sitting here like, oh crap, like when was my last period? Because back then I never like really kept track of my period. It would just be I would kind of get symptoms right before it was about to come on, and that's when I know, okay, my period is gonna come on within the next few days. And so I would just kind of make sure I had everything so I could be on point. But so I didn't keep track of, oh crap, I haven't had a period in a while. So I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, when was my last period? And I'm a little weird, I don't know if y'all do this, but like when I think of my last period, I be thinking like, you know, okay, where was I at? Like I think of like, where was I at? Just different stuff like that, and that kind of lets me remember when my period came on. And so I was like, I haven't had a period since like school first started, because I remember being on my period like around the time like when school was first starting. And I was like, oh crap, I missed my period. So I was thinking that in class. And so later on, I went on my way home from school, I ended up going to Dollar General, and I bought me like a little dollar test, and lo and behold, test came out positive. And I swear to y'all, like mind you, I got pregnant in September. I didn't take that test until like late October, early November. And I think it was, I don't even, matter of fact, no, I think it was like early November, because October, I remember in October we had our homecoming, and I didn't know I was pregnant during homecoming, so it had to be like early November. And so literally no sickness, no nothing, up until the moment I took that pregnancy test. That's when full blown next morning, throwing up, I'm tired all the time. Like, that's just, because my only symptoms I had was my boobs was really tender. But y'all, when I seen that test, I don't even think it hit me. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't even think I cried. Like, I think I was just like in shock. Like, nah, this can't be real. Like, I am not pregnant. Like, I know I'm not pregnant. Like, this can't be real. And so I just, y'all, I was so, like, next day I just started throwing up. Out of nowhere, I just started getting sick real bad. Trying to keep, mind y'all, I'm trying to keep this from my dad. My dad is crazy, like, even to this day. Like, look, y'all know I just had a baby, right? I am full-blown grown, 27 years old, and live on my own. And when I got pregnant this time, my dad came over. This is a side story, but let me just tell y'all how scary my daddy is to me. I was hiding in the, like, right here, y'all see that pantry? I was hiding in there, and I had my head poked out, and I was like, Dad, I got something to tell you, because I had to go to the doctor's appointment that day, and Cameron was in gymnastics at the time, and so I needed him to take her to her gymnastics for me, because it was the same time as my doctor's appointment. So I was like, Dad, I need you to take her to gymnastics. So he came to drop her off or whatever. Thomas is standing here in the kitchen. I'm literally inside the pantry, and I got my head poked out, and I'm like, Dad, I got something to tell you. And he was like, what? And I was like, I'm pregnant. He was like, for real? I was like, yeah. He was like, congratulations. Like, it kind of like freaked me out, because I was like, I just know my dad about to kill me. Like, and I'm full blown grown. Like, that's how scared I was. Thomas was laughing like, really, Faith, it's not that serious. But that's how scared I was. And I think I was probably, I might have been like 5 months pregnant. I might have been like 4 or 5 months pregnant by then. Like, when I finally told my dad, told both my parents, like, I was probably like 4 or 5 months pregnant. And so, yeah. So, did that. And what was I saying? What was I saying? Okay, that was kind of off subject. Anywho, back to what y'all, I'm sorry. But lo and behold, I'm trying to like hide this from my dad. And I told my friends, like my small group of friends, I told them, and I think that's when it kind of like set in. Like, I was like crying, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And so, in my mind, y'all, don't judge me, I was young. When you're young and pregnant, you got your whole life ahead of you. You do consider abortion, right? Okay, so don't come for me. I was considering abortion. And so, because I'm like, you know, I'm supposed to be going to college. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I live with my dad. My dad ain't going for this, I already know. So I went through like this little phase of, I would go to my friend's house after school, because I was just trying anything and everything to like not be home with my dad, because I was like, I do not need him to find out. So I would go to my friend's house, who stayed across the street from my mom. And I was like, I went through like this little phase where I was just reading up on like abortions, and I was like just trying to find out as much as I could, calling places, asking questions or whatever. And I think I kept bringing it up to her mom. So okay, so her mom, I had senior pictures coming up, and so her mom, and so this particular day, her mom was flat ironing my hair for seeing pictures, and I was just kind of, you know, my iron was really low. I was real sick, throwing up all the time, and so I kind of just looked like, you know how you just look like the energy is just zapped from you, like that's how I looked. And so we were in the mirror, and I'll never forget, I was just sitting there and I was just tired, and her mom was like doing my hair. She was just looking at me in the mirror, and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And she was like, "It's like, no." She was like, "I think your iron might be low. Like, I think your iron is low." And she was like, "You might want to get your iron checked." And so her, and my friend, so fast forward, me, my friend, and her mom were laying in her mom's bed and just sitting there talking. And I think I just kept inquiring about pregnancies, abortion. Like, I just kept inquiring about stuff like that, like being stupid, not thinking her mom was not gonna pick up. And her mom was just like, "Are you pregnant?" And I just bust out crying, y'all. Like, I just bust out crying because I was holding it in. Like, I was so stressed out. I did not know what to do. I just bust out crying. And so she was like, "You know, it's gonna be okay. Like, it's okay. It's okay. You know, it's okay. Just breathe or whatever. It's okay." And she asked me had I told my mom, and I was like, "No." And then she was like, "You know, I'm not gonna say anything." And so it's just like, you know, she was like, "What are you gonna do?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm thinking about getting an abortion, blah 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 blah." And so I was just like, so fast forward, that's pretty much what I remember from that. And so I text my mom, and I was like, "I need to talk to you." So she was just like, "When are you gonna come over?" And I was like, because mind you, me and my mom were going through a lot. Like, that's a whole nother story, but we were just not getting along, like, at all. And so I don't know if she thought that might have been what I was saying I need to talk to her about, but yeah. So I just kept saying it, and then I actually drove all the way to, there's like a gym that's like outside of my mom's neighborhood. And so I drove and I parked in the parking lot of the gym, and mind you, my mom lives like 25 minutes from my dad. So I was like, I parked in the parking lot. I called my homegirl. I was like, "Girl," I was like, "I cannot go home. Like, I cannot face my mom and like tell her this. Like, I cannot do it. I cannot do it." And so my mom kept asking me, you know, "Hey, are you coming?" or whatever the case may be, and I just never responded. And so she kept texting me like days later, like, "Hey, when are you gonna come talk to me? When are you gonna come talk to me?" And I was just like, "I don't know." You know, I was just kind of like just blowing it off. And so she knew that I was really close with my friend and her mom. Like, she knew I was really close with them. And so one day, fast forward, it was a Sunday, I was at church with another friend. Mind you, y'all, I was trying to do whatever I can to stay away from my dad's house so he could just not, I was so sick, like I did not want him to pick up on it. By this time, like, all my friends, their whole families knew, like everybody knew. And so I was at another friend of mine's home at her grandmother's house. It was like after church, we were over there eating, and my friend whose mom called me, like who knew, my friend called me, and she was like, "Call your mom, talk to her, she knows." And I was like, "How does she know?" Like, I was so upset. I was like, how does she know? How does she know? And she was just like, she called my mom and she asked her, you know, "Do you know why Faith want to talk to me? Faith saying she want to talk to me, but she hasn't came over here. So I'm trying to figure out, you know, what's wrong, why she want to talk to me." And so her mom didn't want to tell my mom that she knew that I told her, and that she didn't come back and tell her. So she was just like, "Well, I overheard the girls talking," and she was like, "I'm not sure, but I think Faith might be pregnant." And so my mom was like, "I knew it. The Holy Spirit told me." Well, yeah, my mom was saying the Holy Spirit told her something. "The Holy Spirit told me the other day I was looking through the magazine, and it had all this baby stuff, and I didn't know why I was looking through it, because I knew I wasn't pregnant. So the Holy Spirit was trying to tell me that a baby was coming up in here." I knew it. So she was like, "Call your mom, call your mom." And so she was like, it's okay. It's okay. Your mom's not upset. Like, call her. And so my mom ended up calling me. It was like, hey, so what is it that you needed to talk to me about the other day? Like, what remember you said you needed to talk to me? You never came by. What was it? And I'm sitting here like, Ma, I know you know. And she was like, no, what? And I'm like, Ma, I know you already know. Shanti already called me and told me. And so I was like, she was like, what do I know? And I was like, I'm pregnant. And she was like, hold on, wait a minute. She's like, let me pull over. Like, y'all, she been all extra like she did not know. And I'm sitting here like, this is my mama, y'all. But so she was like, let me pull over. I'm on the side of the road. Just being all dramatic. And so she was like, you're what? I was like, I'm pregnant. And she was like, you're coming home. Pack your stuff. You're moving back home with me. Pack your stuff. So, y'all, I ain't care if me and my mama was not getting along. I was not about to face my crazy daddy. So lo and behold, I packed my stuff and I was just like, Dad, I'm going back to Mom's house. He was just like, okay. And so moved back with my mom. My mom scheduled me a doctor's appointment. And I went to the doctor. So first you have to confirm your appointment. So she had to take me to like a patient first. They have to confirm my pregnancy, because mind you, I had just took a pregnancy test. So they confirmed my pregnancy, and that's when she was like, we gotta tell your father. And I'm looking like, Daddy's gonna kill me. So she called him. She was like, hey, we need to talk. And she was like, our daughter is pregnant. And so he was like, I'll be over there tonight. And so my dad was like, so he came over there. I'm like on the other side of the couch, sitting next to my mom. My dad's on the other couch, and I'm like, here we go. So my dad was like, you get an abortion. And my mom was like, no. That's like a big decision. We don't believe in abortions in this family. Like, we ain't doing that. And so he was like, you getting an abortion. And I was like, mind you, I'm a daddy's girl. So I'm like stuck, and I'm like, okay. So my mom, my dad both looked at me and was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I guess I'm gonna get an abortion. And so my dad was like, don't worry about nothing. I'll set it up. We good. And so he left. And so my stepdad talked to me, and that's kind of just really what calmed me down. Like, my stepdad, like, he's very just like one of those like level-headed type of dudes. And so he was like, Faith, in situations like this, people make irrational. He was like, Faith, in situations like this, people make irrational decisions based off of the fear of the unknown. And he said, and that's what you're feeling right now. And he was like, you got a big support system. I don't want you to, he was like, the choice is yours. Yes, this is a big decision, but hey, this is something that you did. And so, regardless of whatever you choose to do, you just got to make sure that you can live with it. And so I was just like, man. And so then, y'all, my mama is like real extra. Every day I woke up at my mama's house, it was a picture or article of an aborted baby on my nightstand. Like, every day. Like, how you can die, people die from getting abortions, or like just what it looks like when they do it. And it was just like traumatizing. And so she also ended up sending like one of her friends over to the house to talk to me, who got pregnant as a teenager, I believe, and got an abortion. And now she's in her 40s and she's never been able to conceive again. And so she was just saying, how she really regrets that. And so she was talking to me about that. And so fast forward, my dad made the appointment, and the night before the appointment, he called me and was like, I'll be at your house at 5 o'clock in the morning, make sure you're ready. And I was like, Dad, I can't do it. And he was like, you can't do what? And I was like, I can't get an abortion. Like, I'm just gonna have to go through with this. And so he was like, do you understand the decision that you're making? Do you understand, Faith? You want to be a pump for the rest of your life? You are 17 years old. What do you want to work at Walmart for the rest of your life? Like, my dad was just like going ham. And I was just like, Dad, like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know I can't do that. And I have to be able to live for myself. And so he was like, all right, Faith. And he hung up on me. I don't think my dad was really mad up until that point. Like, because up until that point, it was just like cool. Like, I think I had even seen him again that week or whatever. And he just, yeah. He was pissed. And my daddy gave me so much hell my whole pregnancy. Like, he would randomly call me and be like, so who's gonna watch the baby? And I'm like, I don't know, Dad. Well, don't you think you ought to know that? Don't you think this is stuff you need? This is stuff that you need to figure out when you're gonna have a baby. And like, I get it. Like, my dad, your parents want the, you know, they want the best for you. And so that's kind of just, I think my dad just saw my life just flashing, like, before I could really get out there and make something of myself. He just did not want me to go down that road. And so I definitely get it. He's, you know, an amazing grandfather. Like, the minute my mama told me I was in labor, like, it just completely switched. Like, literally, like, he gave me hell up until I got into labor, y'all. Like, when my mama told him, Faith, you know, they're gonna induce her, come to the hospital, it was just like smooth sailing. Like, he just, what do you need? You hungry? Da da da. And then, but yeah, so that's kind of just how it was with, like, with my parents. Like, technically I really ain't tell them, but that's kind of how that whole synopsis went. Being 17 and pregnant. Fast forward, it was yeah, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like, to then I had Cameron just after turning 8. Like I said, I had just graduated. I literally had her 10 days after I graduated high school, and it was rough. Like, I went to school, I went to college for a year, to community college for a year, and it was real rough. I wasn't much, like, knowing what I know now, like, I would have done things a lot differently. I wasted a lot of time. Like, for instance, like, when I was in high school and I got pregnant, like, I was working at Chick-fil-A. I had just started Chick-fil-A. I had only probably been working there for like a month and a half, and when I found out I was pregnant, I was so sick I stopped working. I wish I would have kept working. I wish I would have had a lot more discipline when it comes to just doing things and doing, like, having that fire under my tail to just be ambitious. It wasn't until, like, I hit rock bottom after having her. Like I said, I told y'all, me and my mom, we didn't really get along, and so things really hit the fan, like, after I had her, and I would have to live with my mom again, and I'm dependent on my mom because I'm not working, I'm in school, you know, and so stuff really hit the fan. But fast forward, life completely changed for me. I did go through a long period, y'all, where I was homeless. Well, not homeless like sleeping outside homeless, but like couch to couch. Like, literally, I was going to school. By this time I did a year of community college, and then I ended up going into beauty school. And so I was literally going from couch to couch, like, going to school. People don't even know, like, I had, like, my clothes bag with me going to school and then going home. Like, or going, hey, can I stay at your house today? Hey, can I stay at your house today? Like, that was my life for a while, and it ended up changed. Like, once I ended up finding a stable place to, like, stay at and finish school, because eventually I couldn't go back to school. Like, eventually I couldn't go to school anymore because I had no way of, like, getting there, because my school was, like, my beauty school was, like, super far from, like, where all my friends and everybody stayed. Nobody was able to, like, take me an hour basically to school every day. And so it was a lot, y'all. That's a whole nother story. Like, if y'all really want me to go into depth about that part of my life, I don't have no problem. I'm very transparent about it. In fact, I actually wrote a book about it. Actually, I wrote a book. My book will be done in a few days, so I'm super excited to be bringing that to you guys. If you're a young mom, teen mom, or even if you're just a person who you and your family just got a lot of issues and you just need to be able to just kind of like just change your life, that's what my book is for. And so I'm super excited to be bringing that to you guys. But yeah, so it was really rough. But once I got laser beam focused and like getting hair, building my clientele, that's kind of what utilizing social media, that kind of what saved me, and I was able to kind of get out on my own and make something of myself and take care of my daughter. Because the worst thing ever is being pregnant, having family issues, and then having to depend on your family. And so definitely having a good solid plan and getting out there working for myself, that saved me. So many people told me, oh, you just need to go get a regular job, you need to do this, did that. Truth be told, y'all, like, I was fresh out of high school. I ain't have no doggone degree, I didn't have no doggone experience. I had a month and some a month and a half of Chick-fil-A experience. I was not gonna get no job, y'all. Back then, people were paying, and probably still paying, $7.25 an hour. How was I gonna take care of myself, let alone a child? So it wasn't until I started working for myself, building my clientele, that's when things really started to change for me. And so yeah, that is my story. I don't think I'm missing anything. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything. But if you like this video, if you are a teen mom, young mom, pregnant, scared, comment down and let me know. Let me know. I will definitely you know, give you whatever advice I can give you. So just comment down, let me know. Maybe you're scared, maybe you don't know how to tell your parents, maybe they already know, or you're just trying to figure out your next step. Comment down below, let me know. Because this whole synopsis is like near and dear to my heart. I love when I see teen mom success stories, because there's so many statistics out there. It's so many negative statistics out there when it comes to us being, you know, us young moms or whatever. And that doesn't have to be the case. I always tell people, you know, it's gonna, you know, like my dad, he had told me, you'll be at Walmart for the rest of your life. No offense to anybody who works at Walmart, but I have never had to work at Walmart, so that was a lie. But me and my dad are super close now, amazing grandfather. And so he just wanted what was best for me, and his version of what was best for me. And like I tell anybody, if it wasn't for my daughter, I wouldn't have the work ethic that I have right now. And so I'm just super grateful for that experience. So glad I didn't decide to go through with an abortion. Cameron is like my ace boom coon. In fact, she was the one person who got me through you know, a lot of the stuff that I had gone through just through my journey. And so yeah, it's my baby, and I wish she was here. She's actually at her grandmother's house, so y'all can see her now that we quarantined. She's spending some time with her Mima. So yeah, so thumbs up this video, comment down, just talk to me, y'all, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. All right, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.